Okie dokes. Hello, friends. So, I know it's only been a couple of weeks since I last checked in on my projects, but you know, the life of a caregiver, this is probably going to be the new video format for a while. So, I wanted to start off with things I've pulled off the needles. So the first thing I pulled off the needles was the Pottery Slipover, because the gauge just wasn't working for that project. You know, that yarn, the Lion Brand True Boo, is a little bit more like a DK weight, whereas the Pottery Slipover needs to be a fingering weight. So I pulled that off the needles. So that means I also pulled the Wrap Tank off the needles, and I started using that alpaca yarn to start on. Oop, there we go. I've already gotten to the ruffle portion, which is taking forever because that's 660 stitches around on the smallest size. But this is in the alpaca yarn, the alpaca fingering weight. And honestly, it's looking pretty okay. I mean, this is meant to be like a sweater vest type of garment. So the fact that it's a little bit see-through is fine. The third item that I pulled off of the needles was the Bernadette sweater. And that's because this yarn, the Big Twist sock wool, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% polyamide, which I'm going to guess that the one that was used in it is nylon, because that is a polyamide. It's not quite squishy enough, unless this actually squishes up when it's washed, which a lot of yarns do. But I didn't really want to take chances on it. So things that I am currently working on, or new cast-ons, I guess. I'm working on a 1940s sweater vest, or as it's called in the pattern itself, sleeveless sweater. I'm working on the back first because I know myself a little too well, meaning that I am very likely to toss it aside when I get bored, and this one is just stockinette the entire way through for the back. Whereas the front has 3 cabled twists going down. I'm also working on knee-length socks from a vintage 1960s pattern. There we go. And these are on 3mm needles, and they are tight. So there's all of that. I'm making myself boot socks. So the third, I guess fourth thing I'm working on right now is the cotton skirt from Jennie Atkinson, which has a lace and pleated band all around the bottom, and I am about let me see here. I am 11 repeats into it, and I need to make it 80 inches long. So this is about 11 inches because it's roughly 1 inch per 24 row repeat. And 2 of those rows are just worked in the pleated part. So really, it's only about 6 lace pattern rows. Upcoming projects, I guess. Gotta go in the order that I have written them down. That would be novel, wouldn't it? Okay, so I printed out last night the pattern for the Edwardian day skirt from Black Snail, as well as from Stitch Maiden Studio, the Kalina blouse pattern. And those, excuse me, brightness, those are intended to be videos in the future. However, I don't know how much I'm actually going to be able to film because of, as I said before, being a caregiver. And the other thing that I'm planning on filming is finishing on this, meaning I want to make a placket to sew onto the back out of a cotton lawn. So there will actually be plackets on both sides because I want to make it a snap closure. I cannot wait to pick up the 580 stitches. But I want this skirt, and I want it floor length. 12 skeins of bamboo yarn. I really hope that it stretches that far. But, oh my gosh, this still has such nice drape, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I didn't talk about what yarn I'm using for that. It is the Baby Soft Bamboo Cotton from Jubilee Yarn, which I found, of all places, on Amazon. And it's a fingering weight. It's a 3-ply. So yeah, I wanted to film the skirt finishing on that with the plackets and the waistband. And also making a belt to go with it out of the Dupioni silk, because I do need a new dip waist belt and I want it to be spiderwebby again. So I'm thinking of doing the belt that goes with the Edwardian day skirt from Black Snail and just making it fancy. I think that's probably it for now. Yeah, let's see, what fun thing can I ask you to do this time? If you're still here, I want you to tell me what your favorite yarn or fabric is. So yeah, what's your favorite yarn or fabric? And that'll do it for me. Until next time, friends.